You know, way back at the beginning of the year when I said that if we hit 10k by my birthday, which is in a couple of weeks, that would be super awesome. Well, we just hit 15k this morning. Hey guys, my name's Ryan Thomas with Failtech, and this is another Q&A because actually I found that I enjoy it more than I thought I would. A couple of housekeeping bits before we get into the Q&A. Firstly, I want to say that you've probably noticed a lack of videos on some days, and that is just due to my ISP just being, well, a poop really. Their supplied routers are really bad, so I bought a new Linksys one, which is set up now, and also I kind of complained, my internet package doesn't exist anymore, so we're actually paying more for something that doesn't exist anymore, so they actually ended up giving us a package that's £10 per month cheaper, and gives me £350 down and 50 up, so I'm pretty happy about that. So that is why the videos were kind of off, but hopefully with this new package, which starts in about a week, the internet might be a bit more reliable. Let's get into the Q&A. First thing is from Jay Arnett, who's saying, if we subscribers were to set you up with a collaboration with Mr. Who's the Boss, would you be able to do it, and would you want to do it? And it may kickstart your career. Now, firstly, I want to say that if there was a collaboration between me and Mr. Who's the Boss, who I am quite a big fan of, one, that would be quite a life-changing thing. I mean, this is something that could start a career. This is a 1 million sub channel almost helping out a smaller channel. That would be something I really love, and even to meet the guy off camera and to not shoot any content, I'd just love to talk to Aaron, like spend like an hour talking to him. He's a really successful guy, and I feel like he's one of the best cinematographers in the UK when it comes to tech reviews. What do you use to edit your videos, computer and software? I use my 2013 Trashcan Mac Pro, and I also use Premiere Pro for pretty much everything, and then After Effects for like the tech stuff, so the motion tracking and also the masking and stuff like that. What would be the perfect phone for you? Like type of screen, software, hardware, features, etc. Well, it's very close to the Nexus 6 actually. The Nexus 6 has, in my opinion, one of the best screens on a phone. I love that screen. The speakers are really awesome. The system on a chip would be obviously the Snapdragon 845 with maybe 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM. I know I don't need it, but it's kind of, you know, perfect. Overkill. Maybe 128, 256 gigs of storage. Expandable storage at that would be really nice. And probably the camera from the Pixel with obviously Google software, and like the latest Android software would be super awesome. That is definitely my favorite phone. Also a fingerprint scanner on the little dimple on the back. The best old value flagship that you can purchase for money. I would actually say the LG G3 because you can get those at like 70 to 80 euros, which is really cool, especially if you get like a slightly battered one. And you get an incredible screen, a good system on a chip, likely no boot looping, and a really good camera. Opinions on screen protectors. I'm rocking one on the OnePlus 3. I really like glass screen protectors. Maybe it's because I really like to keep things like perfectly new. I'm not sure, I like them. Can we see your setup in detail? Maybe I'll do a setup video in the future, but right now it's just kind of higgledy-piggledy. I actually have two setups and it's not very clean. So, I mean, if you really want to, then maybe leave a comment and like get thumbs up on the comment or something, I don't know. Thoughts on how the notch game is being copied across Android phones, and how it's comical that even when Apple ditches the notch to completely bezel-less design, the technology catches up. I'm not sure if I read that correctly. But in terms of the notch, actually, one of the first phones to do it was the Essential phone, and the Essential phone had, in my opinion, the best notch because it was just a camera. The speaker was very nicely integrated into the top bezel, and overall, I really enjoyed using the Essential phone. I would say that notches, in my opinion, are cool, but I don't know if I necessarily would want one in my personal phone. They're another step, and they're breaking the mold, and they're making something new, and that's what I really like about it. Okay, stylistically, they're quite ugly in my opinion, but it's a good way to push screen technology. Imagine 5 or 6 years ago, curving a screen around a camera, or curving a screen at all around the edges. Now imagine curving an OLED, going that far. I think it's really cool that we're able to do this, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to have things under the glass. So I mean, it's just a step in the right direction. Maybe it's just a weird, awkward middle ground. What do I think of Xiaomi phones? Well, actually, I've not been able to test many. I've actually only been able to test one, and that was the Note 4, I believe, the Mi Note 4. But Xiaomi have come out with a couple of really cool phones, like the Mi Mixes and the Mi Max and stuff. So actually, yeah, I'd love to check those out, but unfortunately I just don't have the money right now. How long does it take on average to make one of your videos? I was actually thinking of doing a video on how I make my videos. That includes like the video editing, this kind of stuff, the camera, but usually it takes anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. Do you think that people give the Pixel too much praise because of the software? I personally think that the Pixel gets praised because of its camera, not because of its software. The Pixel software, or clean stock Android, can be found on quite a few phones nowadays, or very close to. Motorola, in my opinion, does the best software in the game because they have basically stock software and they add those really cool hover things. So like when your phone is off, you can hover your hand over your phone to read your notifications, stuff like that. Really like. And OnePlus as well. They do really close to stock software with some cool added benefits of like being able to customize your phone. And with the Essential, that thing was clean. That had a really stock software. So I don't think that the Pixel really gets its hype from the stock software, but mainly because it's got a really good camera. And finally, what is your favorite video on the channel? I'm going to put my notes down now. I think probably my favorite video I've ever shot on the channel was the LG G6. And as you guys know, I wasn't exactly a fan of that phone, but I really enjoyed shooting with it. The glass and the way I set up the kind of table and the overhead light, and I had shadows. I really enjoyed shooting B-roll for that video, so I think that's probably one of my best videos. And I also really enjoyed doing that battery degradation one, not because necessarily it was a video that blew up or got a lot of views, but one that actually was really fun to research and get the information for. And that's about it from me, guys. Thank you for like 15,000 subscribers. It's not a huge milestone by any means, and it's definitely not one that's, it's quite incremental. It's not huge like 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. But it's a step in the right direction, and it's a step towards actually getting these devices and phones into review, so I don't have to spend my money on actually buying the phones. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and if you dislike this video for any reason, then please leave it a dislike. And based on either of your feelings, let me know in the comments of what you like about these Q&As, ask me questions for the next Q&A, anything like that. And subscribe if you're new around here to never miss a video like this one. Again, thank you for 15k. I think I've said that a couple of times now. Please do follow me on social media. It helps me out. I mean, it actually does boost the numbers, not for my ego, but for companies to say, oh, actually, maybe we should lend this guy a cool phone to review. I don't know. I've been Ryan Thomas with Failtech, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.